created a user BP.
Hmm.
Okay. So we have created a user called BPI2. Okay. Then we have added the roles, 5 roles, and there are 5 modules. GL we have completed, and in AP, as I told, supplier and payment. Now today we will take the AP. Okay.
Normally, we'll add only three roles, right? Application implementation consultant, IT security, and general accountant. You are added five. Why?
Creating new account for
Okay.
accounting GL purpose, general accountant and general
Oh,
accountant manager, finance
okay.
analyst.
Continue,
These three.
please.
Yes. Okay. So in GL, we have seen 4 C's: chart of account, calendar, currency, and convention. Through that, like our final goal was to creating the journal. For that, we have to do some configurations in there. Like we have created chart of account structures, manage structure instance, and deployment. Then calendar, currency. Like 4C we have done. Then we have created primary ledger. Then we went to the second specify ledger, then review and submit accounting. These are the basic configuration we have done, and these are the common configurations for all the module. Without it we cannot do other modules work. Okay, so somebody's accessing test. Okay, so this we have done, and we'll going ahead now. So here in AP, I have explained the P2P flow last time. We will have in a commercial cycle. There are 2 types of commercial cycle. One is a P2P and one is a O2C. So here I have explained that we'll raise the requisition from the purchase department to the supplier. Then we'll request for the quotation. Supplier will send the quotation, prices, and time, like stipulated time, how many days he will deliver the goods. So then we'll do the quotation analysis, like as a purchase department, or purchase department will do the quotation analysis. Then purchase department will create a PO. Till the PO there is a no accounting entry. Then at the time of GRN, when the goods will be received on a gate, then we'll do the entry for receiving inventory to the AP accrual. Inventory is increased. So then deliver after the inspection, we will deliver it to the our inventory, sub inventory. So raw material inventory or sub inventory to receiving inventory. It got nullified here. Okay, it's knocked out. Okay, then we'll create the invoice. We'll create the liability on supplier. So AP accruer to liability. Then at the time of payment, liability to cash clearing from the cash model. We say it's a temporary account cash clearing. Then the reconciliation, cash clearing to cash will reconcile. All the payments are done at the same amount mentioned. Okay, and after getting knocked up all entries, our final entry is the raw material inventory to cash. Okay, so this we have done. Now for the AP, we have to assign role to our BPI account, which we are going to continue now. For the AP, we have to give the access to 5 roles, 5 or 6 roles, which is AP manager, then AP specialist, then AP supervisor, AP invoice supervisor, AP payment supervisor, and supplier manager for creating supplier. Okay, so this will give the access. Now this is our main account from which we have created a new user ID, which is BPI2. So we'll give the access all these roles. So here it is, and here we have given only GL roles. Here you can see five roles we have given earlier for the purpose of GL. So now we'll edit and add the roles. Okay, AP accounts payable manager, then specialist, or account specialist. Okay, supervisor, account supervisor, then invoice supervisor, here, then payment supervisor, supplier manager, okay. So we have added the AP mandatory roles. Every model has their specific roles. So now just to log it. Other to not join it, I guess. Okay, done. So to sign out.
Deepak, can you hear me, Deepak?
Yes, yes. Please tell me, Vaishnavi.
Two joined Menaka and Saraswati. Could you please allow them?
Access having only with the Suresh sir. Suresh sir, are you there? Please give access to them.
Sir, ரெண்டு
No,
பேர்
they are
ஜாயின்
not
பண்ணிட்டாங்க.
waiting. No. வந்தா joining in the lobby வருமே வரலையே. I'll call.
அப்படியா அவங்க
Hmm.
ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. ஸ்கிரீன் எனக்கு பிரசன்ட் ஆகல. யாருமே நான் உள்ள அலோவ் பண்ணல சொல்லி ஃபோன்
Joining
பண்ணாங்க.
வருமே நான் பண்ணி கேட்கிறேன். Oh, please
சரி
continue.
ஓகே.
You continue, Deepak.
Okay. It's not just. I have to change the password.
I given in the WhatsApp. Check it.
What password? No, no. That is not there. A new user ID which I have created, BPI2, that is not able to log in. So I have to just change it. I guess. Let me just. We have given the access roles from here now. Okay, now it will work. Okay, BPI2. Now Here, I will tell you the objectives. In AP, what is AP? In AP, usually is AP is actually accounts payable is a money owed by a business to its supplier. It is shown as a liability on a company's balance sheet. It is a it is actually distinct from notes payable liabilities, which is our payable liabilities, which are debts created by formal legal instrument document that is called payable document or like this. Okay, so what are the main objectives of AP? So AP works at a business level. This is the main first and main objectives that it will work at a business level. Then AP is the AP subledger, and it's to determine or calculate outstanding payable amounts, means liabilities at organization level. Then AP. Mhm. So this is the main objects which I have told. Now I will tell you the workbench. In workbench, actually there are three types of workbench. Three workbenches in AP, which controls the AP, all AP setups and configuration. It will work. Okay, so there are three types. Which one is first one is supplier workbench. Then there is a payment workbench, invoice workbench. Third one is payment workbench. There are three types of workbench in AP. So in first workbench, we'll see supplier workbench. It's worked on the supplier database, sup- supplier data, then supplier types. All will be covered into the supplier workbench related to supplier, like supplier data, supplier types, supplier pay groups, supplier pay groups, then supplier payment method, and supplier bank accounts. So all related to supplier in this workbench. Then second one is our invoice workbench. Here we will cover, like in invoice workbench, all covered manual invoice, manual standard invoice. Manually we'll cover standard invoice, debit memo, credit memo, prepayment, automatic, automatically. Okay, that is another part. Automatically we can create interest invoice, payment request, and withholding tax. These are okay. Now third one is our payment workbench. Here it covers single payment, then batch payment. Here we can do multiple payments at the same time, which is from payment process request (PPR), refund to vendor. Okay, so these are the three workbenches mainly covered in the Oracle AP module. So now, from this, we will do the mandatory setups. From here, it's a main tab in AP. Here you can see accounts payable here as a payable. These are the dashboard, payable dashboard, invoice, and payment. From here, we'll create the invoice and do the payments from here. So for this, we have to do setups for creating the invoice and show the overview of invoice, how it looks, header, and all. Here it is. We can add against PO invoice. Then we have to create a business unit. We have to create it now. Then supplier side. These are all tabs required. For this, all the setups we have to do, like payment terms, then business unit, supplier side. Then it will enable us to do the invoice creation. Okay. Now, first of all, we'll go with the step-by-step setups, mandatory setups, and required, which is very required and useful to the AP. Okay. So setups will first do reference data set. So here you can just search reference. Here manage reference data set from enterprise profile. Here in enterprise profile, in setup financial enterprise profile, and here manage reference data set. Here it is. Okay, it allows you to access the data across business unit or across organization. So we'll create here reference data set. Reference data here is the is actually share the setup data across BU, or else it is restrict. Just PPI to Hyderabad. To description. Hyderabad set. Okay, here our reference data set is ready. Save and close. Once you give the details, then you cannot edit here or modify the set code. You can only set code you cannot modify, but you can modify set name and the description only here.
What is the use of this manage reference data set? What you created?
Yeah, actually it allows us to give the access to data across business unit or across the organizations. So BU level data set. So we'll create the BU now it will reflect there how it will work.
Okay.
Yes. Now then we'll create a location for our inventory purpose. To create location, so we have to create location for enterprise, for a head office, you can say. All the stock related information, stock brokers or marketing related information, and all the business information will maintain here. Payroll comes into the legal entity level, and head office nothing, but that is going to looking some place. That is the purpose we have to create a location. Here we will create. Okay, here so we can, if you start at 00, and then under the basic detail, we have a location set as a common set, which is a default one. Okay, but we have to change as our data set. Likewise, give the all information like contact details, legislative information. This. Okay. The name here will be, we have created the reference data set. API to header. Just we have created reference data set. It will page here the location set. Then we'll create a location information. Just I'll take PPI to, let's say, enterprise location. Create a code. Enterprise location. We have to give in the uppercase only. When there is a code, we have to do it in uppercase. Then it will allow us to save. Here address. Yeah. It's default address line and city pin code with mandatory one. Office site, and here location. It is as per the requirement, client's requirement. We can put the details here. Now for the time being, we'll just go below. It's all done. Required one is done. Okay. Save. Submit. Here it's location. Okay, save. Submit. So the second one, we have created the location. So we'll recall the flow. That's why I'm writing here. Okay, then we'll now manage business unit. We'll create a business unit, which is the very important setup. From here you can go, or from here as well. Organization structure also. Here also you can manage business unit. Here we will create the business unit. Create. Two. Here default set will give the reference data set here. Okay, which we have created. Okay, save and close. So here our business unit is created. It's very simple to create. Then there is a setup which is assign business unit business function. It will give us the access to enable the accounts payable modules. See, business unit business function. Here we'll select our BU, which select and add, which we have created the BU now, business unit. Here we will search for the BPI2. Here it came, and then save and close. It will open with the BU now. Here, assign business function. So here we have to enable like billing and revenue. This is for AR. All we will do enable for the customer payment. These accounting. See here our payable invoicing, payable payment, procurement. This all gives us the access to enable the AP modules. Now here we'll add our primary ledger. Our legal entity and BPI will come. Actually, it's a BPI, not a BPI2. This is different one. Okay, I guess we have not assigned the BPI2. For the business unit business function, we have to assign the business. We have to assign the legal entity here. We have to assign legal entity in BPI panel. Then it will come. BPI2. Okay, we have not created legal entity for primary. Let's just create a legal entity here. Legal entity, legal address first, then legal entity. Yeah, setting address. Okay, just created address for the legal entity. Here we will select our primary ledger. Oh no, we have to create it. New legal entity because we have not created. So add, here it will come. BPI2 legal entity. Here you can put some random number at the time being. It's a permanent account number, which is PAN number of company, and here legal reporting unit registration number. Just to random legal identifier number, identifier number. Okay, and here legal address, which we have created in the setup. Okay. Legal entity. legal address, save and close. So our legal entity is now created. It will give us the access. Then we have to assign the legal entity to our primary ledger. So it will come with the primary ledger. API to here it comes. Okay, save. Okay, here applying done. Save and close. To create it like this. Let me just check. To create it. Okay. So we can update it. Okay. So here, so we'll come back to our main setup, which is a business unit business function. Here now it will give us the access to assign the legal entity for BPU to BPI to. Here BPI to primary ledger and BPI to legal entity. Now we'll enable all the things. Counting project and receiving position. Okay. Now save and close. Okay. Then our next setup is payment term. To create a payment term, manage a payment term. Here in a payable, you will get all that. Manage payment term. Here we will see the installment will create new payment term. Here in it will shows us it is give us the access if we have to do the payment. That if we are giving installment, then we will get some discount shown here. So we will create the payment term here. Okay, not need to do that. Okay, just now here suppose let me give you the example. Okay, let's suppose we are giving 30%. 30% is due in 10 days. Like we'll get some discount here, 10% or 5%. If you are given in first discount, second discount, third discount, in one installment we'll get three types of discount. Like it's depend on us. 10% if the payment is done in 20 days or 10 days, you can say. Like this it works. It's a payment term. I will assign with the invoice. Yes, here 100%. Okay. Then we have to create For the payment purpose, we have to create a bank account, manage bank account creation. Now here it goes here. So three setups we have to do here. For first, we have to manage a bank. Then we have to manage branch, or which branch, and then bank account. These three will do now. It will come from the cash management here. First, we have to do manage bank. From here, we'll make the payments. So just create a bank. Bank name BPI to bank. BPI to bank. You can take HDFC or other else, but it will easiest to recognize. That's why I'm taking this. It's no need to bank code, but you can give if you want. Then will address also not mandatory. Contacts also. Okay. Here our bank is created. Save and close. Now we'll create a branch here. Here we can view branch, and here from here we can create a branch, or else we can do from outside as well. Here from bank branches. So here we can create branch. Here which bank we have created. It's just let me select our bank here. Now create branch for this bank. It came. So here we'll give branch name API to branch. Branch save and close. Okay. Now we have to create a bank account here. Here we'll create. Here we'll give bank branch which we have created. BPI to branch from the BPI bank. Then account name. Let's say BPI to corporate bank. Account number we can put some random number. Currency INR. Legal entity, will assign our legal entity here. Which we have created BPI to here legal entity. Okay, done. So here all the mandatory setups we have done. Then optional for the account use, it's called payable, and receivable it will use. That will give us give the access. Okay, then here we'll see here. There are different types: general, control, security, business unit access. So in general, payment document, we give the payment document. So PPI to check. So numbered stock, paper stock, numbered stock. It will give us numbers from, suppose we have check numbers now, like 1 to 100. It will give first number from first check to 100, like 100 check. It will give for this particular payment document, like checkbook having some series of series. So like this, we'll give 1 to 100 for the first series, and format will take standard format, standard check format. Okay, it's done. Okay, now we'll go to the controls. Nothing to do in controls, it's later parts. The main setup is in business unit access. Here we'll give our business unit access. So it will do the payment from here. Here, save and close. Here, so our bank account also created. Okay, then for the purpose ahead, we'll just create immediate payment term as well. So it will use PPI to doing payment term, which we have done, and now this is we are creating for immediate payment term. Installments for 100% payment, 0 days. Discount not needed. We'll just give access to the set assignment. Here we'll give access of our reference data set, PPI to Hyderabad. Here, save and close. Okay, the next setup is seventh and very important setup for accounts payable. Manage common option for payable and procurement. Here in payables, we can see here manage common option, payable and procurement. Here we have to select our scope, business unit, select and add, apply and go to task, PPI to here, save and close. Give us the common options for procurement and payable. Now here we have to create values for default distribution. There is liability, for creating the liability. natural account. I don't know. I have created. We have to create a liability. So we have to create a liability, prepayment, conversion rate variance, conversion rate various loss, and discount. This mandatory we have to do, otherwise we cannot go ahead. So these are the mandatory one we have to create from the manage value sets. Okay, just let's create financial reporting structure, value set, search for our value set PPI2. Here natural accounts, we'll search. Here three we have created only retained earning account, expense account, and cash account. Now we'll create required one. Let's say 4,000 liability account. Here we'll give liability account type. Then 4,100 prepayment. Prepayment also will set. Okay. 4,200 conversion rate variance gain. Okay. 4,300. Can it's a similar one. Conversion rate variance loss account type expense. Okay. For 300 discount taken.
This is not given in GL, created in GL.
No, sir. Actually, what we have done in GL, which was mandatory for retained earning account, expense account for the creating entry, expense account, and cash. These three we have created. So what
Uh,
we have done now for the as per mandatory setups, we are creating like this. When there is a mandatory one, then we are creating it.
Creating in
It will
AP.
go easy. In GL manage value only. In natural accounts, we have to create.
Okay, okay. You missed it before. Okay, okay.
Missed before means we have to do when there is a mandatory, then we'll do. Then it will connect with them easily. That's
Oh,
why we are creating here.
oh.
So two more. Realized gain distribution. Realized loss distribution. So now these are the mandatory one. That's why we are creating in procurement. In AP module, common option procurement. See here, common option for payable and procurement. Because of that, we cannot go ahead. So later at the time of entry, it will reflect in AP invoices. So here, we'll just fetch the accounts we have created. Finance department, natural account. Now in natural account, liability. Here, oops. Okay, done. So these are code combinations are created now. For others, mandatory setups we have to fetch their prepayment here. These were not yeah, not mandatory in GL, not needed for GL, only for AP purpose was needed. Here, conversion rate, variance, gain, product default, variance loss. Here, then offset segment and primary balancing. Okay, realized gain distribution and the loss distribution. Fetch. Okay, so these are all the mandatory setups. Other not needed to do it. As per the requirement, you can do it. So at receipt, expense accrued, receipt basis or period end, we will keep the at receipt basis. So these are the mandatory setups for common option for payable and procurement. And this setup is very, very important. Payment and issue. Okay. Now the next setup is invoice option. This is also once again this is very very important setup for AP, which is very mandatory setups for creating an invoice. We have to select BU, assign our created BU, save and close. So under the invoice entry, will enable the all the option except invoice grouping. Okay, here left it, and all option will enable, like allow document category override, allow adjustment paid invoices, hold unmatch invoices. It will hold the invoices which is not matching with the PO. Okay, then enable invoice account coding and evaluate duplicate hold during validation. Here we'll give the currency or INR. Payment priority. Payment term we will take immediate, or we have created BPI to immediate. We can keep any, just like, or BPI to immediate, which we have created. Then term date basis invoice date, pay date basis is count date, accounting date basis invoice date, and budget date basis accounting date as per the requirements. Required invoice groups. Then just explain some terms. Important. Allow adjustment to paid invoices. So what is it? Uh, when we allow adjustment to paid invoices, enable these setups. It will allow me to, when invoice is wrongly entered debit account instead of some expense debited. For example, telephone expenses. You enable this, then you can edit the invoice because of this adjustment to paid invoices. So like this, every feature has their own uniqueness. At the type of invoice, time of invoice, we can see the different scenarios. Okay, so in matching, we'll allow final matching distribution override. Then payment term, we pay to immediate for the prepayment. Then use distribution from purchase order. So we can show available prepayments. For the time being, I'm enabling the important setups which we are going to help at the time of creating the invoice. Create interest invoice here. Let's say interest invoice, if they will create a 10% interest invoice. This we have to create interest expense distribution. This is mandatory here. So we have to create this payment term API 2. For the timing, we'll add here our expense account which we have not created. Expense account. So interest expense account we can create differently. It will take back and come again. So that's why for the time being. Okay. So these are all the mandatory things we have done, and they're having their own unique pros and cons at the time of invoice. Okay, save and close. Now we'll do payment options. Invoice is done. Now payment. So in payments option, at the time of payment, it will help us to do the payments for the particular invoices. specified invoices. So allow payment date before the system date by enabling this. Then after enabling this, allow override the supplier side bank account, allow document category, and allow P override for the third payment. Okay. Okay, this much only is having save and close. Now we have to give the data access. From here. GL data access, just like we have given for at the time of GL, general accountant and general accounting. In the same voice, we have to give a manage data access, business unit data access, business unit data access, manage business unit data, manage business unit data access for user. So here we'll add, here we'll give our username API2, give the roles account payable manager. Here, at PU level, BPI2, business unit, save and close. Only one access we have given like this. Several roles we have to give. Like before, we have given the roles at the time of creating user account. So another role is account manager is done. Account AP specialist. It will give us access at the time of creating invoice. Add, can add here. Then account payable supervisor. Business unit. Account payable account invoice supervisor. BU. Then payment supervisor. One left. API 2. Submitted. Okay. These are the four, and first one is given. Five are mandatory one. Okay, done. So now it will give us the access at the time of creating in the payment tab, payable tab, time of creating invoice. So now we'll do the next setup, which is manage payment process profile. At the time of payment, we'll do the from this profile we have to do the payments. Just so now payment process profile will in payable. Manage payable profile option. Okay. Let's search. Manage payment process profile here. Next setup. Here we have to create a new payment process profile. So we'll create. We will give BPI to payment process profile. Then code BPI to all capital. Profile. Okay. So here payment method is specified bank account, business unit, and currency is all. Then payment file format, just standard check format. We have taken there standard check format. Processing type printed, sent to printed automatically. Okay. So there are different tabs, but here what we have to do at the time of process profile created, we can specify or give all. Specify, we have to specify specific bank account, or we can give specific for if we have to give the access for specific business unit. Here we can add the particular business unit that will allows us to do the payment for this specific business unit only. For the timing, we are keeping it all. So there are different tabs as well. It is not mandatory for the time being. Remittance, bank charge bearer, bank function, grouping, reporting, additional. As per the client requirement, you can enable these options. So save and close now. Next one is give document sequence. Manage document sequence. Procurement. Manage payable document sequence. Manage payable document sequence. Here we have to give the document sequences. Application payable module, invoices. Application payable and module invoice. Type automatic. Ledger sequence will give ledger wise. Start date, let's say today. Not meant. Okay. So here for BPI to pay invoice, we can assign our standard invoice for the sequence category. Standard invoice NAP short name. Method manual. Start date today. Here ledger value will give us our primary ledger. Okay, here our primary ledger. So after assigning the payable document sequence, this is our main and second last setup. And after that, we have to open the period and we can start the entries. This is the main flows. So here, in invoices, we can give from here as well. Manage accounting period or as well from GL close period. From there as well, you can give the access. Wait here. Okay, we'll just open from there. To open from here. So there is an alternate option from journal accounting period close. From here as well, we can open the period for payable. So you can see here, these are periods. Jan 25 is open. And for Jan 25, let's open the first period for payable. open one more period. John, Fabe, and Fabe also open. Okay, so we have opened the period for 2 3 months. So no issue for us. John, it's open. See here for GL open and payable open. So after that, we have to do the setup. One more setup, which is payment batch, payment process. Response payment batch. Okay. Just let's try to create a invoice now. Yeah, create invoice. The payment setups are pending now. Here it will come now by giving the data access set. It will reflect the PO here for P2. We have to create a supplier as well. We have not created any supplier. Then supplier side as well. Number payment terms is we have created. Okay, let's just do the payment setups. Payment process request for the payment purpose. Payment process request. Payment process request template we can create from main tab as well. Here in payments, payment process request. Submit payment premises request and manage payment premises request. So create a payment. From here we can create a payments. Just create a payment process template. Payment process. Let's create a payment process request. From here, we will create a template, and at the time of payment, we can do the batch payments or as per the template, we can do payments. Let's just take a BPI to payment process request one. Selection criteria. As per the particular criteria, we can create a template. Here in payment process profile, we have to give our disbursement bank account, which we have created BPI to corporate bank. Here a payment process profile, DPI to payment process profile, which we have created in setups, and payment process payment document also. DPI to check, we have created checklist, and conversion rate, corporate rate. Okay, review, create payment files immediately. Now we'll just save. Save and close. So this template will use at the time of payment. It will eligible. The invoices will go to the payment through the payment batch through this payment process request. So another one is the distribution set. These are the setups which are mandatory. Let's try to create a supplier. From procurement, in a navigation from procurement, we have to go to the supplier. Here we can create a supplier from here. Path C again from the navigation in the from the procurement tab. It is a supplier. I mean supplier. It is in the notes. So create a supplier. From here we can create a supplier. Supplier name. It's a customer API to customer, or can directly say supplier. Business relation. Spend authorized. Tax organization. So corporate. Okay, that's done. Supplier creating supplier, it's easy. Just we have to give the supplier site, then it will give us the created supplier. Okay. Here our supplier is created. So from payment, income tax, tabs as per the requirement, client, we can give the options here. Bank account. Here we can add product and services, which product we are having. Then business classifications. Okay, let's just address, create a supplier address. It is a mandatory thing we have to do for the supplier site. Okay, address. Ordering limit to. Okay. Okay, supplier side. We can create multiple supplier address here. Like one having the go down different areas. So in Pune there are Chakan, or there are a lot of addresses for particular their warehouses. We have to give access here. Then sites. After saving this, it will allow us to create a site, supplier site, which is very important. An address must be exist before creating a site. Yes, address we have created. Still not able to enable. So we have to check the address if something is left. Save. Still not able to create site. Okay. Let's create one more address. Chennai. Order claiming to RFP. Save, save and close. Two address we have created. Just, site. Still not allowing us to create a site. An address must be exist before creating a site. Address is given still. Mm, supply. Some setup is left here. Payment method and bank account. Can I do it bank here? Assessment qualification. credit register. Here, data access tools. From here, we can create a user account for the supplier purpose. We can give the access of data, access of or B2B. It's not needed now. Okay. Still, I'm not able to create a supplier that I have to check it. Uh, Something's left. Status active, active. So I have submitted for the supplier, but we have to give the supplier site. See here, which supplier we have created. Came here, supplier to. So we have given the request here. So we can give the change request or cancel the request. This is our request. Just with mine. Okay, let me the time tomorrow I will show you why it is not coming, like what I have done, and then it will enable us, and then it will give us the access to create the invoice. Now I'll just submitting the request, creating the supplier. So here our pending approval, you can see supplier to here. Supplier profile change request pending approval here. It will once approved, will show us. So it will get approved now. Let me just check. Here. It's still in process. We have to wait till it will approve the request. Still in process. Okay, so now we'll just try to create the invoice. Your supplier side it will not come because we were not able to create, and this is mandatory one because until it will create it will not able to come. Let's see, supplier is comes. No, because the pending approval request is pending. It will take some time just to create a supplier. Okay, despite of it, we have to give supplier side there. Legal entity came and then number. Let's say 01. Here we have click the currency 20,000 invoice. Standard prepayment. From here we can see type of invoice: standard invoice, prepayment invoice, debit memo, credit memo, retainage release. So just for standard invoice, today's date, immediate term date today. Description we can give for type of expenses. After doing all this, without supplier side, it will not give access to the match invoice lines. It will open the lines, then we have to create a debit and credit entry. So it will not done until the supplier and supplier site is created. From here we can cancel the invoice, we can manage installment, calculate tax. From here we have to validate first the invoice. After getting the invoice we have to validate it, or if we have the higher authority then we have to send for approval. And update, withdraw, hold, there are multiple options. We can delete invoice or pay in the full. From we can do the payment from here. It's just giving the overview. We can do the payment of the particular invoice from here, and then we can post the ledger, or else we can do the payment from payment. Here we can do the payment for the invoice we will going to create, like create a payment. The creating business will give the business unit and our supplier, for which supplier we have to do the payment, which we have created a supplier too, but it's not created yet, so it will not come later. Here supplier side, and after this criteria is fulfilled, this were bank account we have to give a DPI to corporate bank account which we have created. Then payment method can give a check or standard. payment method also we can create and give. Payment method to create. Okay. Then payment process profile, which we had to create it before. We have to assign this area criteria. Then after select and add, it will enable after giving this all the mandatory details. And then here we have to just choose the invoice for which we have to do the payment. So from here we can do the single payment of particular invoice, or we can do the multiple payments for the multiple invoices. This is the benefit of payment. You can do the payment from here as well, like this. Okay, just this we have created a template payment process request. From payment process request we can selecting the some criteria. You can do bulk payment, create payment, manage payment. Just check another party's payment. No invoices is there. Then I should have show you. Okay. So after creating the supplier and supplier side, we will create the invoice tomorrow. I will show it tomorrow. Okay. So and from payable dashboard, you can see the overview of payment process request, paycheck, stop payment process request, supplier side, and payment hold. If any payment hold is there, we can see here in a payable dashboard. It will give us the overview of all the invoices and payments. Okay, so only supplier side, supplier and supplier side is pending. Then tomorrow I will show you the invoices. So still here, is anybody have any doubt, or we can stop here? Vaishnavi, Suresh sir.